It'll tell us. Yay! We're live! Woo! Hello. Hey, friends, community. We are streaming across a number of platforms today. I am Amber Sweener. I am so excited to be joined by Melissa DaSilva, who you're going to meet in a moment. If you're here live, give us a comment, give us an emoji, give us something. Love to see those of you who are here live. And if you're on the replay, please also tag us, ask questions, and we will aim to reply to those. So Melissa is joining me today because she is one of our amazing experienced partners who is flying from Puerto Rico to Wisconsin. Yay, to be there in person for the Unleashed experience. And we're going to be having a conversation today about if you're a creative, how to sell your art, but also what you can expect to learn from her and get to do and engage with her at the upcoming event. So, Melissa, if you could just share a little bit about who you are and what you do, and don't hold back because you are so epic. The people need to know.
I'm so excited about being here. I'm excited about coming to Wisconsin at the end of the month. I am a little nervous about the cold because I'm much better in my tropical weather, but
by May it will be getting warmer. Okay.
Okay.
Intention for like at least mid-60s. Okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll get you your own personal space heater to follow you around.
Yes. So I'm Melissa DaSilva. I am an artist. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a podcast host. I'm an author. I am a shipping container creator. I am an NFT artist. I do a ton of things, and I do them all here in Puerto Rico, which I had moved to about a year and a half ago when right after going to one of Amber's retreats, it changed my life. And so I am so very grateful for you, Amber, for everything that you've been able to, provide space for along my journey over the years that we've known each other. So I'm very honored to be a part of this book launch with you.
And thank you. I am super excited and mutually honored. It's so awesome. Like so many different steps in our friendship, professional working relationship. And today we really wanted to share. Some of you might have seen Melissa chat with me before. She has so much great wisdom to share. And today really so much is going to be around if you're an artist or creative, or you have just really anything inside of you that you want to share with the world. And particularly if you have thought about making money with that skill, that talent. So throughout this conversation, if you have any questions, please bring them. And so with you, Melissa, we started working together a few years ago. You got a successful business. You transitioned to offering more life coaching and retreats. But the more we knew each other, I also saw how talented and amazing of an artist you are. In fact, oh my gosh, my piece is in the other room, but I'll share a picture of it later.
I've got some behind me. These are some of my pieces too.
They're absolutely gorgeous. And what's they're called what oil again? The
alcohol ink.
Alcohol ink, which is so cool that when I went and spent time with Melissa in Puerto Rico on retreat, I got to learn how to work with alcohol ink. Very cool. So, and I know you had shared, okay, well, maybe I could sell my art, maybe not. I don't know. And I was like, I would love to buy a piece right now. Like, let's just make a deal. How many hundreds of dollars would you like? Because it's worth it. So if you could just share a bit for anyone who's watching, who has wanted to sell something or create something, who is stuck in the belief and struggle of, will anybody pay for it? Just talk about like what that felt like for you and what you think kind of stuck you before you started selling your art.
I think like a lot of things in life, we have these stories that we tell ourselves, right? Because we grow up learning these stories and we just keep repeating and repeating them. And one of the stories that I think get told a lot is you can't make money off art, or you're going to be a struggling artist, or there's like no future in it. Even if you go to college for it, you're still not going to have a career in it. Now, I didn't go to college for art. It was just a part of me that's always been a part of me. My mom helped me tap into this with doing arts and crafts with me. And so I think that is just something that's always been a part of my life. But this narrative of you're not going to be able to make any money with it has always been there. And so I would just create art and like put it away, or think like, who would want to buy this at all? And then I started creating art and then putting it in my therapy offices. And one of the jokes was like, you keep growing your business so that you have a place to put your art. And it was kind of true as well.
Mm.
But I think it wasn't until like you had come and said like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I want to purchase it, that I realized like, oh, well, maybe it is something that other people would be interested in. And once I was able to break that barrier and start like opening up to those opportunities, I think that's when things started flooding in. And then I started figuring out, okay, so how can I create this art, and how can I fit it in a way that it will make people, want to buy it, and like the strategies of getting people to buy it. So I've been working on that, I would say, for the past 6 months.
Amazing. What I'm hearing in it too is that we all often can struggle with this limiting belief that if we have joy in it, or if it feels like our magic, that feels too good to be true. So certainly we can't make money with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect, like, I also understand that some people have their passion project or their thing that they do creatively that they maybe don't care about selling. And I think what's important though is that discernment for anyone watching is, are you actually holding yourself back? Not saying you have to sell it, but is that actually like a limiting belief that could be holding you back, when really, if that's what brings you joy and delivers something to the world where people want it, it's just important to consider that question and tune in with ourselves. Because there are things that I know that I do that fill me up that I'm not really concerned with selling. And that's like just the space I keep it in. But there's also, like, in my business journey, the more that I've leaned into, well, what actually feels like my innate magic and it brings me joy, I'm actually really good at it. How do I like get out of my own way and sell that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's that discernment. So what kind of happened for you? So I bought an art piece, and then I feel like it was within weeks you made an offer online, and more and more people started stepping up to say, how can I buy that? How can I get a commissioned piece? So what does that kind of look like the last 6 months?
It has been really awesome, because I think another thing that a lot of artists feel is like whatever they create is crap, right? It's like, nobody would want this. This is shit. I'm not a good artist, And so when people started saying like, oh, I like this, that's when I was like, oh, wow. And then being like, yeah, I'll sell that for this, and I'll sell that for that much. And then finding opportunities like markets, like farmers markets, and then doing that. And then opening up a art studio, not an art studio, but like an art gala. Like I decided like I wanted to bring a bunch of other artists together. So it brings them the opportunity to share their art. And I made a ton of connections just doing that. And that's one of the ways I figured out how to make your art and find the people to buy it. Because a lot of times it's the artist who will support other artists, and it just kind of like trickles out from there.
Love that. Okay, so many parts of wisdom there too around that community aspect, which is what we're aiming to create at the Unleashed Experience. Talk about that in a minute. But also, you just hit on something. Who here, anyone watching, give us let us know this is true for you, that you feel like whatever you created is crap. I relate to that when I offered one of my first coaching mentorship programs. So I started my business in doing more strategy and marketing, but really what I knew I had a gift for and really loved was the personal development part behind building a business. So I tested a 4-week program for $250, and I had about 6 people in it. And the whole time I had so much imposter syndrome, thinking it was total crap. And then by the end of it, one of the testimonials I got was from someone who had been in business for 20 years and said the program for them was life-changing. He wrote that testimonial, and I was blown away. I share about this in my upcoming book, Unleashed, about how then that was by just doing that step of offering the first thing for a few $100s has evolved now into a $30,000 plus bedrock of like the program. And that's when we work with people much longer, really go deep in their business strategy. But it's really like the similar message, no matter whether you're an artist or creator or business owner, like whatever you do, we all struggle with thinking it's crap. And that threshold of getting past making that first sale can be so empowering. It's like, but we are so scared to get to the point to offering the darn thing, but we just need to do it. So do you have any tips or advice if there's someone who maybe is just like you, that they make unique, beautiful, different art? Like, how could they even take the next step to start offering it?
Post it on social media. That's one of the things. Just throw it up on social media. And if it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. Nobody needs to know. And if it does sell, celebrate that. I think, just you have to get it out there in front of eyes to get people to sell it. And, you can put it on Etsy, or you can do what I did and start like at farmer markets and stuff like that. Sure, you might only sell one piece, but that's still one piece, and it's all the other connections that go into that as well.
Love that. Yes. Like we don't know if we don't take the step to build the thing to see where it can go to. Fabulous. Fabulous. So shifting gears a little bit, because you're coming in for the Unleashed experience in Madison on May 5th. We are going to deliver warm weather for your tropical soul.
I'm still going to pack some sweaters and pants.
Hey, not a bad idea to be prepared. So I'm just sharing the link so you can join us here, get your tickets to the event. So what are some things that people can expect? I mean, we're keeping some things a surprise.
Well, first you get to meet my delightful self. That's one of the things. And we're actually going to create something that's really going to tap into who you are and where you want to go and what you want to grow into. And we're going to do that through a piece of art that I help create at the event.
Love it. And so for anyone who's not familiar, the Unleashed experience, it's an experiential event. Tickets right now are $34, pretty minimal for what's included. Food, the activities, you're not paying extra to do the art project. You're getting an amazing swag bag. There are other experience providers who I'll be interviewing over the next month. My band is performing. We're having an amazing cake, like just all kinds of things, right? And so if you have any questions, let us know. But so the last few years, there's like we've all been through so much. And I think that connection piece you mentioned earlier is so important. And you shared about how you just you didn't know if it would pan out or if people would come. But this last year, you put together an art gala in Puerto Rico to raise money for a local school, right? If I remember right, it was like well attended, and you kind of exceeded your goals.
Yeah, and people want to do another one, so it's been a great experience. Yeah.
So, and how that's morphed. We don't always know what's going to happen unless we take the step toward a thing. So let's talk a bit about NFTs and physical art NFTs, because I know you're going to be having a unique experience coming up with that you created all on your own. So let's just start a little bit at the beginning. In general, if you can say, well, what is an NFT? What's an art NFT?
Yeah. So NFT is this newish thing that has come about since crypto has been developed. I think over the past maybe year and a half, NFTs, non-fungible tokens is what they're called, has really taken off. And it's hit the social media or the news because people are buying like the first Twitter tweet for thousands and thousands of dollars. And people are buying up these, digital pictures that are NFTs and paying thousands of dollars for them. And so for me, who didn't really understand blockchain or crypto or even the NFT stuff, because I live in such a great community that has a lot of people who do understand that, I try to figure out, okay, so I'm an artist, I sell art, how can I merge the two together? And so for me, I am great at reverse engineering things. Like, okay, we have this problem, how am I going to solve it? And so one of the problems is how do I sell my art in this new digital world when what I create is something that you hang on the wall? And so what I kind of developed is I create art that I take digital photos of that people can buy on the blockchain. And so they pay so many, tokens for my piece of art. Unlike the other traditional NFTs that are being sold, you actually get this piece, this original piece, no other piece, and you get to hang it in your house. And so for people like me who don't understand NFTs, I understand art. When I buy art, I want to be able to hang it and so everybody can see it. And so this is people like me can have the art, but then also have it on the blockchain. So that lives forever.
Amazing. And a few of these are still for sale right now, right? I'm
Mhm.
looking at your site. Amazing.
Yeah.
I see which ones are so okay, beautiful. Posting this in the feed. Fabulous. So tell us more than like how you're kind of because you have your own unique voice. Like I really call you a thought leader in the space. So any artist watching, anyone who's wants to know more about the NFT space, please follow Melissa. Talk to us about like what it is you're doing now and what this event is coming up.
So the thing is that one of the great things about NFTs is that it's opened doors for a lot of interesting people, a lot of people who don't have a voice, a lot of people who do not have equality in the same spaces. And so the NFT world has really opened the doors for a lot of people. And so one of the things that I really focus in on in all my businesses is the queer community. And so what I am working on is creating an online art gala for queer creatives to create their own NFTs, whether they're just digital or they're actually digital and tangible pieces. And so that's going to be launching in June of this year, Pride Month. And the great thing about NFTs is that it also has opened the doors for people to be able to give to other nonprofits or other, companies or fundraisers or things like that, because it makes the barrier so low. And so all my pieces are part of the proceeds of the first sale is that it goes to a nonprofit. And so that's going to be a part of the thing with the online gallery. It's going to be called queernft.io. And each quarter, we are going to take percentage of each sale and send it to a nonprofit that helps recognize the queer community in one way or the other. And so that is one of the things that has really opened the doors for NFT artists. We can give back. And the thing about NFTs is that for artists in particular, it is a great thing because you can get residuals. So if your piece is sold to somebody else, for the end of time, you will get a percentage of that sale, which is new to anything, because once the Mona Lisa is sold, the artist gets nothing from it after that. But NFTs, because it's an online, it's open to the public ledger, you get proceeds from it all the life of that. So that's what's really been great for artists.
So, and I've had this privilege now of knowing you a number of years and have seen how so many things that you do have kind of an activism element. And I love what all is wrapping around is like in the journey, and anyone watching who's an entrepreneur or service provider, like there's stages in the journey where we need to, build our confidence to sell the thing we offer. So many people in our world, Melissa and my world, care about giving back. But what's a challenge is when we want to do all this give back and we're not even like nurturing and taking care of ourselves. And this is so beautiful. What you're doing is, first step, like you built a core business to success. You allowed yourself to like test stepping into selling art. And then now look at how much more impact is possible because you were like, okay, like I'm going to try it. And people like buying the art, which now gives you kind of that ability to have more time and space to now create like the new thing that you're offering with the online gala. And again, like some of the money now goes to causes and organizations you believe in. Mm-hmm. And I think I just would hope that people hearing that is, I always believe it's the alignment of both, like, taking care of ourselves. And that makes us more able to like have that ripple impact in the community and just getting that like, aligned with ourselves, that doesn't make you like greedy or something. In fact, if you want to be able to make impact, you've got to take care of yourself. And through that, we get to give to the community and we get to create for the community. At least that's how I look at these parallels, just
Yes.
because it's so like so many creatives, like they care, but then they can get trapped and stuck. Like we have to at least be able to feed ourselves, take care of ourselves,
Yes.
and then look at what becomes possible when you allow yourself to get that money for your magic and you can keep feeding the collective even more.
Yeah, and absolutely. And that's what I try to teach people all the time. And that's one of the things that I'm working on thinking about developing in the future is for queer artists, especially for the trans community, because when COVID hit, a lot of our trans brothers and sisters weren't able to continue doing a lot of the work that they do, like service positions and stuff like that, because of COVID. And yet there a lot of artistic individuals out there. And if we can get them into doing like NFT art and stuff like that, that Web3 stuff is going to go on no matter what. There
Yes.
could be an asteroid hitting our Earth, but we're still going to have Web3.
And the ability to do it now from anywhere. So even if you like live in an area where you don't have access to galleries or in-person like events, like wherever you travel in the world or wherever you're located, it's giving more inclusivity and opportunity to people wherever they are.
And then my ultimate goal is to be able to have a piece of my art that is in the real world and also in the metaverse.
Yeah. Amazing. So anyone here, now's your chance. Ask any questions at all related to art, the journey, anything related to, gosh, I got to say no questions off limits between Melissa and I. We have been there, done that, and we're still doing it.
Yes.
I mean, they're just like, all I got to say is no questions off limits. Okay. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. So if people are interested in and what's exactly is it called? It's an online gala for the queer community.
Yep. It's going to be an online gallery for, for the queer community.
Awesome. So I know connecting with your Facebook group or getting on your email list are really great ways to stay in touch. Also, please follow Melissa's social pages. And is this going to be something like, I imagine you'll be getting out communications in the coming weeks, and then maybe there'll be an application or something to participate?
Yes. Yep. And we'll also offer different levels of membership to be a part of this gala. So you can have like just the basic membership, or you can have like the membership that includes my one-on-one coaching too. And then we're thinking of having a diamond level where each year we have like a retreat where you come to Puerto Rico and we like geek out on art and NFTs.
Have you been watching Bridgerton? The Diamond?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's fine. It's just a TV show on Netflix, and they call like the star person of the season is the Diamond. So okay. So if somebody's never yet sold an NFT, would this be a good opportunity for them? Like, can they come in as a beginner?
Absolutely. Like I want those newbies coming in because I want to blow their mind with how amazing this is.
Okay. Amazing. I need to consider. Okay, so would this work for people only who are doing like painting art, or would this potentially work for musicians?
It could work for musicians too. Yep. Musicians, visual art, people who do photography. This is another area that they're getting into as well.
Great. Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like even if someone's maybe not clear on how they could do it or how they can make money with it, this is an opportunity to come into this program, this gallery, and they'll actively by learning probably help them figure out what can you even do with your art in the metaverse space.
Yeah.
Amazing. Love it. Is there anything else you would like to share before we wrap up?
I can't wait to see everybody in May. I'm like super excited about this. I can just see like this is going to be the most badass book launch ever.
I am so thrilled that you will be there. There are some just amazing humans coming together. Anyone who's been considering it, like if this sparks your interest in any way, it's meant for you. Join us. And awesome. Yay. We're going to have a good time.
Yes, we are.
Great. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We are going to wrap up and we'll see you very soon in person. All right. Bye.
Bye.